But you don't know this virus. But you don't know this virus. It's new, it's different. It mutates and goes in different directions with a different strain of itself. So whether I'm present or absent, the Executive Council of the Nation of Islam must call our scientists. Come and let's sit down. Our virologists, our epidemiologists, those of us who know the science. We cannot let them bring anything to us that we don't dissect.
There we are.
There we are.
I was like, whoa.
There's just a moment of
I was about to
meditation
say,
on the minister's words. Just
Moment of silence.
a moment of meditation
No.
on the minister's words.
The enemy knows who we have on featured tonight.
We won't let them bring anything that we are not willing to check out ourselves. Meditate on it.
Ooh, Thursday talk shenanigans. Anyway, welcome in. As our audience is coming in, getting themselves settled, we want to welcome everyone a good evening. It's Thursday Talks again. We're here again, and we've got a beautiful and wonderful show ahead. I won't give out the goodies just yet, but I'm sure if you saw our notifications, then you know what we have tonight. Either way, so you know what I like to do. I mean, Sister Michelle, I'm the moderator. Of course, I'm inviting you to please like
Hostess
and share.
with the mostest now. Gotta let you know, not just the moderator, the hostess with the mostest. Y'all
There you
give
go.
Sister Michelle that love,
Yeah,
family. Come on now.
Praise be to Allah. Absolutely, yes. But I do need you to stop, family, and please like and share on Facebook, that's right, we're on IG, we're on YouTube. Just like Brother Lau says, shit, don't be selfish. Share this information. We've got great content on our Facebook page. I mean, all you have to do is literally take a stroll down the 7th Region Coalition Facebook page, and we've got tons of content, great interviews, great information and solutions that really are meant to help, one, inform you, and to do what? Save
lives. Save lives, family.
Right, exactly. And
Help
so, of course,
save lives.
That's right. And of course, I want to make sure that I thank the 7th Region Coalition foot team on the ground. We come together, they do great work. Listen, this is not just a 4-man team, family. It's a whole coalition. And this is just a small portion of the coalition. But we're going to do our best to bring you the best part of what we have. And again, it's going to be a great night. So welcoming in everyone. Thank you. Thanking my 7th Region Coalition team that I have here. Of course, we do our rounds. It's always a pleasure. Thursday Talks. I enjoy this time. I wait for this time. I'm always excited to be a part of this show.
Let's go.
Just,
share. Let's go.
Just like, that's right. Just like, share. Anyway, I'm not going to belay the message. I'm going to pass this mic on to Brother Lau. That way. He takes it. We'll do our rounds, and then we'll get into our
topic. Explode it on me, brother.
You know how we roll here, dear family. We'd like to first of all say Assalamu alaikum to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Praise the Lord to our Christian brothers and sisters. Gawa Black Power to our Black revolutionaries, and to all the peace and freedom-loving people across the land that are tuning in. Welcome to Thursday Night Talks with the 7th Region Coalition, dear family. And look, see, some of you all already you're not following instructions. Like, share. See, some of you all, you wait too late. You be like, oh my goodness, did you hear what they just said? Come in. No, sit them down now. So you don't have to go round them up. And you won't be missing anything. Like, share, particularly to the people who you say you love. And so we love you. So again, we just let you know the 7th Region Coalition, when you think of us, Think about a ship, family, that's going through some very, very treacherous waters and some very, very treacherous times. And without a proper lighthouse, there will be no guidance. So as we are going through a pandemic, as we are coming through a whole world that is coming out, we got to be getting up. So we want to be that lighthouse, dear family. So we welcome you tonight to Thursday Night Talks with the 7th Region Coalition. And with that being said, we have a special guest. And no, I'm not going to tell you right now, as Sister Michelle said, if you read the advertisement, but right now, dear family, it's a very, very special, special night on Thursday Night Talks. And with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to my sister, Khalila Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
There you go. Take it.
Got it. Oh, in the most holy name of Allah, always bearing witness that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet everyone in the greeting words of peace in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. I want to welcome you. And as y'all seen my head down, guess what I was doing?
Come on.
I was liking,
come on,
I was sharing, I was getting all this because this is going to be a very, very, very informative talk. I cannot explain what is going to take place, but I promise you, stay tuned, like and share. And guess what? You know my motto. Y'all know what my motto is. Even though if you don't like it, share it. Just share it.
There you go.
Look, because I promise you, if you don't get the information, I'm pretty sure that somebody else will enjoy it.
That's right. That's right.
So definitely like and share. YouTube subscribers, please also, you can also like and share as well. We're not just on Facebook, but we're also on YouTube as well as Instagram. So definitely like and share. And I'm excited. And I'm going to pass the baton to Brother.
There you go, Tony.
You got my name already.
Over there, Tony.
Look, my name is right there.
No, because I can't do two things at the same time, Brother Tony. So I have to pass it and then say.
I'll try to coordinate myself.
I'm sorry.
Dear family, in the name of the one God who bears many names, some know him as Jah, others know him as Jehovah, some know him as Dios, some know him as Al-Abdumari. We, as the followers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, refer to him, the divine supreme being, as Allah. By whatever name you call on the supreme being, call on him. As we are in need of salvation in this time, we thank Almighty God for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We thank them both for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Peace, Hotep, Shalom, Abaragani, Assalamu alaikum. And I look forward to our discussion tonight with our special guest, which we will be introducing very shortly here on Thursday Night Talks, as it is our mission indeed to help save lives, guide our people to safety in this dark hour, try to get our people safe to safety past this pandemic, past these horrific conditions that we are experiencing in America.
You forgot one greeting, Brother Tony. You forgot one greeting.
What is that?
Go get your peoples. Y'all go get your peoples.
Go get your people.
Definitely go get your people.
Like and share.
Because we have to share this information with whoever we can.
Yes.
And that includes everybody. Because we all have to become awakened to the truth and the reality of what we are dealing with right now, fam.
Beautiful.
That's right. Now, listen, we're not going to belay this. I'm going to drop the title and our description. And then I'm going to let Brother Lau do the bio and bring on our lovely guests. So tonight, if you have not already read it, social media, offense and the attack on the truth.
Offense. We're going on the offense, family.
This is it, on the offense. And our description is, of course, uncovering the bounds of social media and where the real truth lies.
That's right.
So as I just dropped that, Brother Lau, I will turn it over to you to bring our guests in and give a little description of him, and then let's get into it.
Beloved listening audience, we want to introduce to you and bring into you right now a brother who is so innovative and is so creative that Satan will never slow him down and stop him from supporting this mission and this work. I'm talking about the one and only brother Abdul Qiyam Muhammad, who's a citizen of the Nation of Islam under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he first heard these life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1993 and became a registered member in 1997 at Muhammad Mosque number 45 in Houston, Texas. And I remember our beloved brother as a young Muslim working with our youth, putting on youth conferences and making sure that our youth had a voice in their Nation of Islam. I present to you our beloved brother Abdul Qiyam Muhammad.
Oh, praise is due to Allah. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Salam, sir.
Oh, praise is due to Allah. Thank you all so much for having me. I'm greatly, greatly honored.
Beautiful, beautiful. And for you brothers and sisters who do not know who this brother is or know how valuable he is, when you get into this dialogue and conversation, I'm telling you, brother, I just got to be honest. You remind me of the Matrix. They try to shut a door on this way, but by the time this door is shut, there's one open up on that way. Then there's another secret passage coming over here, and then by the time you're up again, it's just too late. But before we get into all of that,
stop making everybody excited.
Really? All right, listen. Okay, listen. I just, as it's going across our stream. There we go. I can't even speak. Screen. Brother Abdul Qiyam Muhammad. His website is there, so take it down. Check him out. Okay. He is, of course, you can follow him on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So just in case you don't know where to find Brother Qiyam, there you go. All right. So I'm going to kick it off because, Brother Qiyam, I want to ask the first question because I always get that honor of being the moderator, Yeah. But I want you to share with the audience your experience, as a believer in the Nation of Islam. I mean, just let's start there, and then we can move into the next phase of it. But let's start there. Just your experiences or experience as a believer in the Nation of Islam.
All praise is due to Allah. Well, first, let me start in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. And I greet you all once again in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Where can I start? Brother Allah, he dropped something already trying to get it fired up. See, the only reason we even know how to find the door is because we rolling with the real key man.
Come on.
See, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is that one with the 17 million keys that are being turned.
Come on.
So if we have any sense of direction on these Thursday night talks, it's because of him.
Actual fact.
And that's why the scripture says, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. Beautiful. So I am in love with lifting up our teacher the same way I hear you all are in love with lifting him up. So I thank Allah for him for showing us the door out of this world into a new way of life.
Wow.
Sister Michelle, where do I start? So it started with my brother Derek Muhammad, whom I'm sure many of you all know, here in Houston. He was in the U.S. Marines at that time, and he wrote me a letter where he started telling me that he had stopped drinking, smoking, and he was stopped chasing women. He was changing his life, and he was going to tell me more when he got home. I was in the 8th grade, getting ready to go to the 9th grade. But the thing that really shocked me, Sis Kalila, was my brother Derek said he was reading books now. I said, reading books? What? So that's the thing that really got my antennas up. I'm like, wow. My brother reading books? Because Derek didn't read books like that. So when he got home, I was headed into the 9th grade, and I thought that I was meant to be in the NBA. I thought that they were going to draft me, So my focus in high school was to be a basketball star so I could try to make it to the NBA. So my brother was quote unquote my coach. Really, him and my brother was beating me up. That's how they coached me. but all that to say, we were on the way to the gym, Sister Kalila, and he was playing this man on this cassette tape. And this man was going hard. And I said, brother, is that Dr. King? And my brother said, no, man, that's Minister Farrakhan. And I said, what kind of name is that? And I asked him, I said, is this man still alive? He said, yeah, this was a couple weeks ago. And it was the lecture, I Accept the Challenge. Where the minister had just came from Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, calling down that flood.
Yes, sir.
And I had never heard nobody go so hard on white people, but also talking so strong. And I grew up without my biological father. So from that first cassette tape, Sister Michelle, I knew I had found my father. Because that one cassette tape, I listened to it every day before every basketball game. My pregame meal was the minister. And so I fell in love immediately just via that cassette tape. And over time, my blessed mother, who is now Sister Mavis Muhammad, who is now a registered believer. But at that time, she was still in the church and she didn't allow me to join. I wanted to join immediately in 1993, you know. And what got me lastly was, back in those days, the brothers had to be inspected before they went inside the mosque.
Yes, sir.
You had to line up and check your fingernails and check your collar and look clean.
I remember those.
Yes,
So
sir.
when we would drop my brother off at the mosque, because he didn't have his own car, you know, some brothers, you know, we they didn't have the cars back then, but they got to the mosque, all right? So my mother was dropping my brother off, and I never forget, Brother Tony, the way the FOI looked, I said, I want to look like that. I had never seen black men hugging each other, cheek to cheek, giving each other greetings. And I said, I got to look like that.
Brother.
So I didn't know you had to study and put in work till later on.
Surprise.
So all that to say, by the grace of Allah, it was a blessing that my mother told me to wait until I got out of high school, because Sister Michelle was a blessing. It forced me to study the teachings, ask questions. So throughout my whole high school time period, I studied, went to the mosque. My brother would take me wherever they went. And I would say this, and it still sticks with me today. When my brother would take me along, even when I wasn't processing, I noticed that all of the celebrities and rappers that I loved at that time, they was all showing love to the FOI security. They was treating the FOI and MGT as celebrities. So it has always stuck with my mind. The number one celebrities in my life is the FOI and the MGT. No disrespect to nobody else. So all that to say, when I graduated from high school on May 22nd, 1997, May 21st, 1997, on that Sunday, May 23rd, 1997, I didn't wait. I ain't even wait.
Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful story.
And as soon as I got in and working. So I thank Allah for my brother being the agent through which he brought me the word that changed his life. And he didn't force it on me. He just gave me everything to study and the books. And by the grace of Allah, I came in ready to serve and work from day one.
Abdul Qiyam, not only did you come in ready to serve and work, dear brother, you have carved out a very unique niche in what you mean to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
And what you mean to our nation. And now tonight, what you mean to our listening audience, just to kind of give them a backdrop about that relationship with the minister and how it developed, and this whole social media piece that we're talking about. You happen to be one of those brothers that was at the very beginning when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was being censored on social media. And all of a sudden, there was a birth of something that was called the Twitter Army.
Yes, sir.
Can you speak on that? This Twitter Army. And this
absolutely. Well, I first must start, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, under the then editor of the Final Call newspaper, Sister Dora Muhammad. I was brought on staff as a contributing writer. Then I was made the regional correspondent of the Southwest, and I covered Hurricane Katrina. And then, we broke nationally and internationally the story of the Gina 6. And what happened at that time, somebody approached me, Sister Kalila, in Gina, Louisiana, and said, brother, you need to make a blog. The Final Call is good, but we need a blog so we can have more up-to-date what's going on. And I said, I didn't even know what a blog was, Brother La. But because the people asked for it, I said, well, I want to serve. So I went and started researching what a blog was. And I started, at that time we was using MySpace now. Watch out.
Don't act like y'all don't remember MySpace. I remember MySpace.
I don't know. I was too young.
Don't y'all be fronting now. Y'all know about
Brother Apple Keon. I remember when you started blogging, and then all of a sudden, all of the rest of the Final Call staff were blogging as well.
Yes, sir. So I started blogging to get the news out, but what I started learning was, Brother La, it was a whole nother world of modern technology that we as a nation wasn't using. So I launched my blog to serve via the Final Call. Then I started studying the top white bloggers around the world because we started to be students.
Absolutely.
Then at Savior's Day 2008, if you all remember, the minister instructed us to study the campaign of President Obama in 2009. But in 2008, many don't know, I had learned how to do live blogging by studying our brother Roland Martin, because he was doing it during Obama's campaign. So I learned from him. So at Savior's Day, I'm in the back where it's dark. And back then you couldn't just be on stage if you didn't have a post.
Well,
no, sir.
So the brothers, Student Supreme Captain, Brother Mustafa, was walking by with all them FOI. All they could see my dark self was my teeth, my eyes, and my laptop light, right? And they looked over there, and Brother Supreme said, "Hey, brother," and when he points these two fingers like this, you're in trouble. I'm gonna do it like this. When these two fingers go up, you're in trouble. Trust and believe. He said, "What you doing over here, soldier?" I stood up to attention, voice squeaking. I said, "I'm live blogging for the minister so we can get his message out to the world, sir." He said, "Is that gonna help my father?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, carry on then, soldier." And that's what Supreme has always been about. If it's helping his father,
that's right.
He's not gonna stop you. So I live blog the minister Savior's Day address. Nobody knew it. Brother Terrence TC from Greensboro, he know. But I was next to the ladder and mops and had a chair with my laptop in it, live blogging, because by the grace of Allah, Brother Allah, I had saw then that this was a way to get our father out of that prison with blogs. So as time, when I found out about Twitter, Facebook, I started joining on before Believers was on there. And I have to say no humbly, but it was a good lesson. When I took it to my nation, the mosque and everybody, man, they was like, "Brother, we can't build no nation with that. Brother, that blogging stuff going on with that, brother." And I'm a street soldier, but I did not let it deter me because, Sister Kalila, I had heard the minister over the years on the radio saying that he needs to be free from prison. He been calling to be free, and I had no, you just never know when your jersey number go be get called. Not for the NBA, but for Muhammad. So that's how it started, dear brother. And as things progress, Allah blessed us when the minister launched the Time and What Must Be Done series. I had no idea, Brother Allah, that all of these things that I had been studying, it would lead to that moment in March 2011, rather, where the minister would instruct me to launch this Twitter account. And it just changed the course of media, cyberspace forever, dear brother.
Give us some numbers on that.
Allah was
impacted that. So people who aren't really familiar, Brother Keon, about the impact of that Twitter army, give us some numbers about people reached or messages or anything you want to share around that.
Absolutely. So during the Time and What Must Be Done series leading up to that, the minister called myself and members of the research team December 2012. And I didn't know why I was being called at all. I didn't understand, because to me, that's an exalted assembly. Why calling little old me? I'm just managing the Twitter account and a Facebook page. But he told me that he wanted me to fire up and get the young believers, the youth of the nation, involved in something. And he wanted them to be at the forefront of spreading the time and what must be done. And he felt that I was the one to do it by the grace of Allah. And so from that time, the Time and What Must Be Done series, out of those 58 broadcasts, nearly 90% of those broadcasts, Brother Allah, trended in the top 10 nationally on Twitter. The Time and What Must Be Done, brothers and sisters, I've trended the NBA Finals when LeBron James was playing against somebody. All of the Pixar movies that they paid millions of dollars to advertise. Sister Kalila, we ain't had no budget. We just had the love in our fingers. We out-trended every movie that came out, every major sporting event, every major concert.
Come on.
Prince, Beyonce, it didn't matter who it was. Everybody, anything that associated with anyone was being out trended by hashtag Farrakhan and the time. So
Come
imagine
on.
this.
Dear God.
You got young people, all praises due to Allah.
Come on.
You got young people, not just in the United States, but in the Caribbean
That's
and
right.
in the UK, which they 6 hours ahead of us, right? They
Right.
stayed up at 6 o'clock Central Time to tweet with us live. So people around the world, in the nation and outside the nation, on a Saturday night was spreading truth. What other leader do you know can get young people to spread truth on a Saturday night, brothers and sisters?
Come on.
There's
Come
nobody.
on. Come on.
Right.
So
Right.
from that Twitter on, over 90% trending, right? Then you got it where even when the minister took his 8-week, as he said, quote unquote, sabbatical, Brother Law, and even when they did rebroadcasting of past messages, he was still trending, even when he took a break. Now, what happened then? Before that, lastly, before that, the minister was banned from the college campuses. His student representatives, student ministers were banned from college campuses. But the enemy did not calculate that the minister would have this kind of impact on social media. So, Brother Tony, they wasn't paying attention. But during the time and what must be done,
Come on.
when the minister started trending, all of a sudden, Israel set up a university in Israel to start teaching people how to spread false propaganda. We're talking about misinformation right now. See, the minister is the one that forced Satan to start the misinformation campaign on me during the time. Then the former head of the ADL, Foxman, they put out a book that's called Online Hate. And they mentioned the minister in that book. And then right after that, the ADL and the Southern Poverty Law Center set up offices in Silicon Valley. That's the impact of the Farrakhan Twitter army under our commander-in-chief, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So I humbly will never let nobody play that down to this very day, because I'm letting you know, even as a few days ago, I was blessed to speak with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And brothers and sisters, I want you to know, all of you all that has participated in the Twitter army in past, and those of you all that are still utilizing these tools to hurl truth at falsehood, the minister says he thank Allah for you. Because he said, were it not for you, he still would have dead to the masses of the people around the world, because they had buried him under the propaganda and those that have been misrepresenting him. So this is not a game at all to me.
Praise be to
Allah.
Allah.
I'll stop right there.
Brother Abdul Qiyam.
It's getting hot in hell.
I didn't know what it let me if I may ask the next question, family, because Brother Abdul Qiyam, we're so busy on the defense, but we don't understand that when we're hurling truth, we're on the offense.
That's right.
So my question to you, social media offense. How can social media be used to promote truth, freedom, justice, and equality? How does that connect with shadow banning and censorship? If you could answer that question, my beloved brother.
Absolutely. The greatest thing that we have is the example of how the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has used these platforms.
Right.
How did he utilize Facebook and Instagram before they unjustly took his pages down? Well, he said it on February the 27th, 2021 at the COVID plenary session. He said, you don't want me on your platform, but he said he has been the most intellectual and courageous and knowledgeable person on their platforms, and he has been a civilized person on their platform.
Right.
He has never degraded himself on those platforms.
Come on now.
The best way for us to use the platform is to follow the blueprint and model that the minister has set up and how he has utilized these platforms. Because he must have been doing something right for the enemy to want to rush to take him down. How is it that, Brother Tony, when the minister went out to speak at the funeral of our beloved brother Nipsey Hussle, the enemy saw the analytics, Brother Law, that the minister started reaching younger and younger audiences via Instagram and Facebook when he was out there in California to help memorialize, our brother Nipsey Hussle. So they saw the minister was penetrating all the way down to the 13 and 14-year-olds just via Instagram and Facebook. So for anybody that keep thinking that Facebook is just old people, no, I'm sorry. The analytics of the minister showed that he was reaching young people on Facebook as well, and Twitter, of course, which his account is still active. So the first thing is follow the blueprint. Second thing I got to advise us, dear believers, we cannot be spreading more of Satan's propaganda against us more than we spread our own platforms and position.
Wait a minute, brother Abdul-Kiam, the sound went out. The sound went out when you said that, brother.
I just need you to say that one more time.
Rewind.
Brothers and sisters, I'm talking straight to the Muslims now.
Come on.
Come on now.
We should not spread more of the enemy, more of Satan's propaganda against us more than we spread our position and platform. Why is that? If you study what Brother Jabril said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told him, if you spread the slander of the slanderer at least 3 times, you have now become a party to the slander.
That's right.
So how are you helping the minister by spreading what the ADL is saying against our man? No, you need to spread the final call articles that are responding to the wicked synagogue of Satan. You do not need to continue to spread the slander and the corruption of Satan's perspective about this pestilence. We've already been told by the minister what it is. We already know that this is a death shot. So why won't you spread the articles of Dr. Risley, the articles of Sister Ava, the articles of Sister Charlene, the articles of Brother Naba? We have to spread our own. That's offense right there. So that's for me, number one, believers. We got to stop doing that, brothers and sisters. You know why? I humbly say, I find out more about what's going on in terms of filth from the Muslim than I do from the enemy. When I'm logging on, my feed is being fed by filth from Satan by what we're doing. You're not helping the minister in doing that. If you see something, brothers and sisters, that is against our way, you should go pull a clip like Brother Ben do. You should go pull a clip like Sister Nzinga do. You should go pull a clip like the 7th Region Coalition is doing and counter that with the truth, man. Don't spread Satan's propaganda. You are not helping in that. And last, I'll say this.
Come on.
Don't you all know the enemy fundraises off the minister by attacking him? So we're going to help fundraise for the enemy by spreading their stuff instead of spreading our saviors they give link? And we saying we helping them? No, we talking about offense. Right. Elijah Muhammad said, no people can win their freedom being on the defense all the time. So I don't care how much great defense the Golden State Warriors have, some way, somehow, Steph Curry got to hit some shots. So Muhammad, you all with your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your TikTok, your blog, whatever it may be, we need you to score for Muhammad every day. We need you to score for truth, freedom, justice, and equality. Why?
Every day.
See, look at this. It's over with for Satan. The minister has declared that, not us. He has. Right. But look, lastly, y'all gotta excuse me. You know, I really am so in love with this man, like you, brothers and sisters.
Come on.
And I've been blessed to just feed and talk to him so much that I know he wants us as believers not to waste one fraction of a second going down in the gutter with people.
That's right. Come on.
He wants us to represent high civilization with every post that we do. Why?
That's right.
Because you don't know that post. You don't know who's watching, who's feeding off that. We don't have no time to waste because they coming after all of us.
That's right.
So I'll say this lastly. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this according to the Table Talks. He said this of our minister. He said, I say the one that the world can't bother. He said, I want to prove that my minister is a greater light than Satan, than you, Satan. Oh, man. Yo, man.
Come on.
The whole of them. Here's the Honorable Elijah Muhammad saying what he is going to do. And we cannot deny that he is definitely making his word bond because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has proved that his minister is a greater light. So if his minister is a greater light than Satan, Satan's man, and the whole of them, why would I want to waste my Facebook post sharing what Satan is doing? I want to share the light, man, because I want my family, my friends, my relatives, my college classmates, whoever it may be, I want them to bathe in the light. I want them to get the vitamin D of Farrakhan, brother.
Come on.
So that's
Come on.
why I don't play with my pages, man. I want to give them the light because Elijah is proven who is the greater light.
Sound like offense to me.
All praise
Definitely
due to
all
Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
Definitely. For those who
Excuse-
think that defense only matters, offense
Mm.
wins games.
That's
You
right.
gotta score.
You gotta be on the offense, man.
Excuse me, dear audience.
Right
I'm
on.
fired up.
We ain't
Excuse
excusing
me.
you, brother. Just keep preaching the way that you are.
All praise is due to Allah.
Right.
And with that next question, we're gonna
Come
definitely
on.
go on because you hit it. You made valid points, but this next question is key. It's about fake news.
Mm-hmm.
And that propaganda and all of that information that is being tied with the minister and what we as misguided, I could say we're misguided. I think it's we got
By and large, we are.
we got what they call it what is it?
Panacea.
Panacea. That's the new phrase. Panacea.
Panacea. No, but just that
Panacea.
that pandemic fever
Mm.
that
Mm.
you know we lost
Fatigue.
ourselves. Yeah, we lost ourselves during this process, right? So with that being said, fake news. What is your experiences with the campaign of misinformation becoming true?
Come on.
In the time of what must be done series, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that word is like carbon monoxide, like that colorless odor. And the more you inhale it, eventually you fall asleep, and it can ultimately lead to an untimely death. So the more we constantly inhale Satan's falsehood, his lies, and his deceit, sometimes we don't know when we need to digitally detox from these devices because we got so much carbon monoxide of Satan in us that it's hard for us to gravitate when we hear the truth.
Wow.
So number one, we got to recognize who is the Satan that is among us. And we invite you, dear brothers and sisters, that are our guests here that's not in the nation. We want you to know that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is that one that has let us know clearly who Satan is and has exposed the lie and the liar. And the example that I saw it so directly, Sister Kalita, so many that happened. But during the Justice of L's tour,
Oh boy.
and I know you all remember this when it happened in Miami. We were in that church.
Remember that, brother.
Man, it's a blessing that church still standing because it was on fire that night. Lord Jesus,
Mount
that
Zion.
church was on fire. Mount Zion got lifted to Zion that night.
A bomb there in Gilead.
And the minister, you know, he made the comment about the 10,000 fearless.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we put that clip up on his Facebook page. And at that time, then his Facebook page was reaching an average of 12 million users per month. That's how many users? 12 million
My
users
God.
per month.
12
on
million
average.
a month.
12
And it
million.
kept fluctuating, going up. And so that clip went viral immediately around the news.
Wow.
But what was interesting, Sister Kalila, if you all remember, during the entire Just Sales tour, Sister Michelle, the minister, locked out all white media.
Yes,
He
correct.
would not let
I
the
remember
white
that.
media come in. Why? Because they are purveyors of misinformation. Misinformation didn't start with the last president. Fake news been in existence since in the garden with Adam and Eve. We can find
That's
fake
right.
news in the Bible and the Holy Quran. So this past president was the originator of that.
Right.
This has been Satan's way in his nature. So the minister locked them out. So on the cover of the Miami News, the Miami Herald, when they
Right.
reported about his speech, they used our live tweets to write the article.
I remember
Oh,
that.
y'all
brother.
didn't hear me.
Right. That's right.
I
They didn't have
remember that,
nothing else
brother.
they could
They had
do.
nothing to report. So after that clip went viral, Sister Kalila, all of a sudden, we heard what the minister said,
Right.
but the headline said the minister has called for 10,000 to kill white people. We like, what?
What?
He didn't say what? He didn't say that.
He didn't
Here
say
we go. Fake news, misinformation.
Mhm.
And that started an entire campaign all the way up in 10-10-15 to 10-10-15. Every city the minister spoke in, Sister Kalila, they took his words and twisted it deliberately, even if they wasn't in there to report it. They was looking at it on social media and they would take it and turn it. So the enemy had determined, as the minister said to us, they did not want the minister, Brother Loud, to get to the mountaintop of 10-10-15.
That's right.
So they even stopped the minister from speaking at Mason Temple in Memphis, where Dr. King gave his last message. He was supposed to speak there, but because of the fake news, the misinformation, the deceit, and the lies, they got so scared they wouldn't let him speak there, of course. And unfortunately, your brother got not blamed by the minister, but blamed by other people because the clip went viral. So I had some misinformation spread on me. I got in trouble. You know, just a little fun. You know, it was hot then, though. But I'm saying that then imagine this. Then they started saying that the minister is going there and the people going to take the United States flag down. They said we was going to get on poles and take the flag down, right? So all of this happened, and many don't know, brothers and sisters. I can't tell you the story right now because I haven't been given permission to. But the couple days before 10-10, on the grounds, what happened behind the scenes, oh, it was hot. All kinds of propaganda had spread. They did not want that day to happen. But look how Allah perfected his life. Though the polytheists be averse. Wow. The minister was blessed to deliver a perfect message in perfect weather with a crowd of young people. And on social media, Brother Lau, the minister was trending by 8 a.m. in the morning. Right. And he hadn't even spoke yet around the world because of the Twitter army's work by the grace of Allah. So that is one of the examples of misinformation, but also there was physical threats being made against the minister's life. Right. Sheriff Clark, he threatened the minister in Milwaukee on CNN. So think about us going into Milwaukee, how that environment was, and they didn't offer the minister any police escort in that city. So the misinformation and fake news was causing potential violence to come against the minister and the nation. But the two that back him.
Come on. That's what you said.
You don't want to make that move. So
and
Allah protected and guided us.
Along with the two that back him, there are a band of faithful brothers and sisters like yourself, dear brother. See, because even as we're dealing with all of the onslaught of the fake news, you, dear brother, along with some other great men and women in our nation, you also have been banned off of platforms. You also have had to find another way to make things happen. Speak about some of that, of how you've been banned here and banned there, but how you have gone on the offense and have created alternatives so truth can still be spread.
All praise is due to Allah. Well, first, let me start where it says in the scripture. Jesus said, know that they hated you because they hated me first. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the #1 censored person on social media. That's right. I stand on that. Right. They have been shadow banning his Twitter account since 2011, Brother Lau. Within a few months, they took away 60,000 followers from the minister with no explanation. Then they verified his account after that, you know, as try to give him consolation, you know, for that. But they stripped him of followers within months of him being on and started answering questions from the people. Facebook and Instagram, I would see the analytics. It got to the point on Facebook, he was actually reaching nearly 30 million people per month. But all of a sudden, the views on his videos started going down. All of a sudden, nobody could find his page. All of a sudden on Instagram, they started flagging him, right? So they took him down in 2019, along with Alex Jones and others, but they knew that the minister was their #1 target. That's who they was going at. Then they froze his account, opened it back up. Then they made news headlines about it. So the minister is the #1 censor. So we should be rejoicing and be exceedingly glad if they do it to us, because that lets us know that we walking in his footsteps. So I wouldn't know anything about being censored if I wasn't striving to follow in his way. So with the YouTube account that I had, now I have to tell you all, when the minister spoke July 21st, 2019, Brother Tony, I had put up on my YouTube channel, I wasn't even using it. I had put up a clip about Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, you know, them devils, and I put them
Right.
up for the synagogue of Satan. And YouTube sent me a red flag, gave me a warning. Said, you got one strike. Boy, I stuck my chest out. I only had like 800 subscribers. I said, yes. And so
You got excited.
I was blessed to get a call from the minister a few days after that. And I was ready to tell him, Brother Lau. I said, Brother Minister, I put up a clip where you went in on Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, and YouTube sent me and said, I got 2 more strikes and they gonna ban me. I said, I'm looking forward to them banning me. He go to minister. He said, oh, brother, well, you know, my mother said, when you want to get up a mountain, you don't use a racehorse. You use a slew-foot donkey, brother. He said,
Message.
do you got the lesson?
Message.
I said, no, sir, brother minister. He said, brother, we've already shown and you've shown that we can be very strong with the truth. How about using strategy with your channel and see what happens? And here I go. I'm excited. Like, hey, I'm about to get banned. He's putting a seed in me. Like, so then he said, my mother said the objective is whether you got a donkey or a horse, you got to get where you're going. But when you're going up that mountain, brother, that's rough. You got to use a slip-foot donkey, brother, and it'll get you where you need to go. Try strategy, brother, and see what happens. Like any striving student like you are, hey, I hear and obey.
Yes, sir.
So I started studying the algorithm tactics of our enemy on YouTube. I started studying these white folks on how they make their stuff go viral. I started studying the best that were there among us and just looking how I can be strategic with titles and captions. Next thing you know, I grew to 75,000 followers, subscribers.
Wow.
It's because of him, Brother Lau. And excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm just not that type. I don't want to take credit. It ain't me, it's him, man. I don't know what I'm doing, it's him. He taught me how to use social media better.
Yes, sir.
So I followed him and him telling me, end up having millions of views, all those subscribers. And then it ultimately led that, of course, I spread all of our Savior's Day workshops I could. They was even streaming live through it. I said, let's use it. And then they terminated on March 8th, 2021. They terminated me completely because they said that the criterion first, they was flagging me for the criterion. They started, I want our brothers and sisters listening to this real quickly. November 2020, they sent out an alert to many of us in the nation on the same day at the same time that they were removing the criterion all at one time. Brothers and sisters about the criterion right before they was rolling out this so-called vaccine. Think about it.
Come on.
See, we can't be pumping up our chest about us being censored. It's the minister that's the hated one.
That's
like
right.
Jesus. So from that, Dr. Boyce Watkins got banned for a while. They went after Brother Ben. They went after me. They took the criterion down, and then March, they terminated Brother Reese's channel, terminated mine. But let me tell you all how wicked Satan is. I've shared this with the minister. Sister Michelle, would you believe since I've been terminated, YouTube has still been sending me emails about my account? I thought it was terminated.
But you mean like emails like they want money? They want like
no. They've been emailing me, Brother Lau, saying they made mistakes about content that they took down that claimed it was violation, but they said it didn't violate. Oh, wait a minute, Satan. You flip-flopping now. Oh, and then Brother Tony, they just sent me an email on the 26th of October. There they have officially declared that the criterion that's posted on my terminated channel, that it now is under their violent and graphic violence policy now. Wait a minute. How can you declare, Brother Lau, a video violates your policy if it's from a person's channel that's terminated? See, these people are wicked, man.
Brother Abdul
It don't matter what kind of policies they write, they will not follow anything. So I want you all to know YouTube is still trolling me. They still emailing me about the criteria. They trolling me. So they are the masters of deceit and fake news. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
you know what that sounded like, dear brother? Put on your mask. Okay, now take off your mask. Put your mask back on.
Do the
That's
hokey
what a lot of that sounded
pokey
like.
around. That's what it's all about.
It's like
Pokey pokey, brother.
just nothing but confusion.
So that's why.
That's the aim of it. That's the aim of it. But go ahead.
That's right.
That's it. So you got to ask yourself the question, brothers and sisters. I know we're getting hype about the word meta, but go study the word metadata. It's one thing to have data, but go study the word meta. I know some people say in Hebrew it means hell, but that's underneath a lower level of thinking. You got to get up under the data. That's why we as a nation, we have to master the science of data mining.
Yes.
When we collect people information, their phone numbers, their emails, their social media, we have to become scientists and gods in data mining.
That's
because
right.
metadata gets up underneath what shepherds people to think and move in a certain way. These people are not playing with us, man.
No.
They went on the offense.
It's warfare.
They went
We
on
are
the offense.
So
Yes,
with
sir.
metadata, that's why I got with a team and I said, look, we're gonna just build our own platform.
Wait, time out,
Video.
brother Abdul Kiam. Something just happened with the sound. Did you just say you got with a team of people and decided that you are going to build your own platform?
A team.
That's right.
Break that down, brother.
Look,
What we got going on?
well,
Come on.
I'm gonna take it back to our minister. I want to let you all know, dear believers, after the minister spoke July 21st, 2019, with that beautiful white and that green fez. And at that time, he was already taking off Instagram and Facebook, and his Twitter account was frozen. The minister told me and others at that time that we as a nation must strengthen our own platforms. He told us then, they all witnesses they watching, and we will look up to 2020, all of a sudden, we lost our Vimeo account. They banned us from Shopify. Our headquarters has been banned by most of their platform. They took us off YouTube, whatever it may be. They banned the Nation of Islam Twitter account, all of this. But the minister forewarned us that we must strengthen our own, build our own. So I said, well, there's the seed. So I got with a Muslim. That site is built by a Muslim developer here in Houston, Sister Ebony. She's a web developer. A believer built that. The graphics for it, the logo and everything is done by a believer in Denver. He built that, Brother Derek. He designed that.
Can you show me across the screen, Sister Kalila, so people can know where they get in contact with it?
There it is right there.
Beautiful.
The believer that did the logo, Brother Derek, he's in Denver. The brother who does the graphics and promotion when we did the Criterion, Detroit. The point I'm making is we have everything we need right in the ranks of the nation, man. So by the grace of Allah, we started studying the science of running and controlling the online server, how to fund it. And your brother, by the grace of Allah, I pour it in because look, you can't expect people to believe in your idea more than you.
Come on,
so I put the money up
brother.
first myself. And by the grace of Allah, believers have supported. The subscribers have increased. The viewers have increased. And guess what? There's no censoring on that, Brother Lyle. Ain't nobody flagging us.
Because it's yours, it's ours.
Videos. We just sharing freely, uncensored by the grace of Allah. And we just getting started, brothers and sisters. And we, inshallah, real soon, we working on AQM TV. To have streaming TV on one of those tabs where you be able to watch programming all day long with commercials. And some of our artists in the nation have sent us videos that we have on there, like Sister Akila Nihanda. So we're going to have our own TV channel just running. Sister Michelle, we got to be on the offense. We got to do it. So I'm all for, look, brothers and sisters, lastly, I'm not telling no believer to shut your accounts down. No way. That's not what the minister wants. We have to continue to leverage while we're on there. Keep going hard in the paint. But in the meantime, we're talking about separation. Well, we're just getting the peek how to digitally do it. And we have learned and found the same functionalities that our enemy has on their platforms. If we have the money, we can invest it and buy it and build it and have it ourselves. So check out Q Video when you get a chance, by the grace of Allah. We welcome you to subscribe. It's free. Go and check out the videos. It's free to download the videos. You can share it on social media. You can leave a comment. And Allah willing, real soon, we just doing some more testing, but we'll have enough stories where we're going to invite you all to upload your own content, just like on the other platforms that
So
you're
on that note right there, brother Abdul Qiyam, let's have a little workshop for our people. Since you got people all fired up, you got the creativity going on. Because we've experienced many things that we've attempted to put out to the people that have been censored and not received the algorithms that they need and so forth. So we're going to do, for example, I'm going to play a small clip of a piece that we had on our page. This is a piece around a judge mandating a young brother as a part of his probation to be vaccinated. So now, after I play it, you just start speaking into how people can creatively put this message out and use this and do this on these different platforms and can kind of take us from there. All right?
Yes, sir.
Family, because we have our brother with us today so that we all can go on the offense. And as we all go on the offense, we'll find that this truth will be spreading more and more and more. So let's check this out.
He told me like it was going to be court ordered for me to get one.
Well, the list continues to grow for companies requiring coronavirus vaccine, hospital workers, some airlines, but now a local judge.
Common Pleas Court Judge Christopher Wagner told one man Wednesday that he has 2 months to get the coronavirus vaccine or he'll be in violation of his probation.
Fox 19's Joanna Boris spoke to the man. What does he say? Is he gonna get it?
Brandon Rutherford tells me he thinks this is bogus. He says when he was in court on Wednesday, the judge asked him if he had gotten the coronavirus vaccine, and he said no. He says when he got to the probation office, it was listed on his form as a requirement.
I ain't getting it, no. I just know that it's bogus. That's in my opinion.
Brandon Rutherford says he stood before Hamilton County Common Pleas Judge Christopher Wagner Wednesday afternoon for sentencing on drug-related charges when the judge threw him a curveball.
He wanted to know, was I vaccinated? I told him no. And I told him I ain't planning on getting the vaccine. And next thing you know, he told me like it was going to be court ordered for me to get one.
Rutherford says when he got to the probation office, the order was printed on his form, saying he has 2 months to get the shot.
I want to know for what? Like, why did you want to make me get it? What is you trying to make me?
So I want to pause it right there. And Brother Abdul Qiyam, if you can just start taking out, what can people do, ordinary people who have social media sites and have platforms, because that message means that they can literally put into law that anybody that's in the criminal justice system can be mandated. So give us some creative ideas.
Absolutely. You know, so I don't know how many follow the Nation of Islam page, and I know, of course, everybody follow Brother Ben Facebook page and the Maj number 32 page. There's so many pages. If you notice strategically how we take the clips and we put the border template around it with certain headlines, right? Mm-hmm. What happens is, now the enemy go definitely be looking at this now. when you take content like that and you download it, right? And when you re-upload it to an app like InShot, which is a very popular one that young people use in the nation, older ones use it too, InShot.
Yes, sir.
When you put that into now another application and now you're reformatting it and now you're changing up the metadata of that original report. Mm-hmm. Because right now, there's metadata that's attached to that report right now that if you just straight upload that to Facebook, they already can read it because it came from another news site that's part of them. You got me? So they read it based upon the title that's connected to that, right? So when you post it, it's automatically red flag. But if you take it and download it, reformat it with a headline, right? And then you do a strategic caption. Like sometimes you see young people, we put up that say, what's your thoughts? You ain't got to put up that, man, this wrong, man. That brother ain't got to take the COVID vaccine. Come on, man. We already know that's what he's going to say. So we have to humble ourselves, let the content do the talking, and don't preach in your captions. Don't preach in your titles. Be strategic and let it go viral. I wish we could pull up. If you go to the Nation of Islam's Facebook page, it's official Nation of Islam. I recently, and now I'm telling everybody, many don't know, but I still manage the Nation of Islam's Facebook page. But I pulled back out when things started happening with the airlines, Sister Michelle. Airlines started suffering because of the mandate. Well, that reminded me that a man warned them on February the 27th, 2021. He said, you think you're suffering now? Wait till you mandate. You think we give a, if you tell us we can't fly, right? Somebody said that, the minister. I said, you know what? I'm going to bring that clip back and circle it back. So instead of saying, see, the airlines, y'all in trouble because of COVID vaccine, I put Farrakhan forewarned airlines, and look what happened. It went viral and has over 1 million views.
Yeah, look at that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Strategy, tactics. That's a wonderful clip to share, but you got to know they got people doing voice recognition, and mostly they looking at your captions and your titles. I ain't telling you, now some people might say, but man, we can't be afraid. No, in our Quran, we don't feel the center of any center.
Come on.
No, being strategic don't mean you scared. What is the objective? They've been saying it. Our objective is to help save lives.
That's right.
So if we have to use strategy to help save lives, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. Download the videos, use the apps, get creative with the layout and everything. And if y'all need help, man, come on now. Just reach out to the team, the digital real estate team that Brother Ben them got.
What?
Man, they monsters, man.
What you talk about that team? Talk about that team, brother.
Everybody. You can let them coach you, sign up, man. That brother got wonderful classes. And look, Farrakhan Twitter Army members all over Instagram, just DM them and say, hey, look, we want to put this out. Let's be strategic. And that's how you can get around, you know, this, that, and other. And at the end of the day, they're going to do what they got to do. But we can be very strategic. And I've learned it by studying others, and many of us have been effective. And even though they tried to flag that one about the airlines, but they released the flag on it, and then they let it go viral. And now everybody is bearing witness to what the minister said back in February that's not happening to these airlines. But it wouldn't have happened, Sister Michelle, if we would have said, see you airline, we told y'all. Give us that jab.
Right. That's right. You're right.
You ain't got to preach all the time.
You don't.
Let the video do the talking.
Beautiful, brother.
You know, and speaking of it, I have another video that I would like to share, Brother Kiam. And again, this is, look, I titled this one, right? This is my title.
Oh, no.
Vaccination mandates has no face, right?
Oh, yeah, that's real strategic.
Right. Thank you very much. So here is my video. I am definitely going to share this right now.
Oh, Lord.
What's up, everybody? So I am being ushered out of my place of business, my work. I got brought in the office while during work, taking care of patients like I normally do, like I've done for the last year and a half. And now I am being ushered out of my own place of work like I'm an animal, like I'm a sick dog. And whereas my employer, Jeff Davis, hanging his head back there in shame, putting me and my family on the street. Well, I'm able to feed my family now because that individual right there is just following orders. This is shameful. No, sir, I will not.
You have to do it for now, okay?
Or what?
We're asking you to leave.
You can't. You
can't. Already asked you, so now you got to leave.
So, well, you're gonna have to get me out of here. You're gonna have to go for it. I'm getting ushered out of here right now because I don't have a freaking vaccine and they're firing me.
Oh, this ad. Oh, look, sorry, there's trouble. Here you go.
We got a live tutorial. Can't make this stuff up.
What are you broadcasting?
But what basically he was saying was he didn't take the experimental vaccination. And he was actually just seeing patients, and he said, hey, he was told to step out of the office. He was told to get his stuff, and he was asked to leave because he was immediately being terminated because he refused to take the vaccination. Right. And so that video, not only he's discussing that as a physician, there's another one, physician who is a Caucasian man. He was also being escorted and also pushed and shoved out because he was also recording. So it's not just blackface no more.
That's
Right?
Right.
So what
Right.
did you see in that piece there, Brother Abdul Khan? What you got for us based upon that live?
Well, what I got? Well, first of all, no disrespect to Charlemagne and them in the Breakfast Club, but I think the 7th Region Coalition is about to be the world's most dangerous show. Y'all done got banned doing a live show, man. I don't know if I can come back on here. Hey, y'all, this is the world's most dangerous show in a minute. I've never seen that happen. With the exception of when Brother Ben's YouTube channel first got terminated. He was speaking in Austin and he was trying to click his videos and they wouldn't come up. Y'all the second person ever seen that happen. Y'all the dangerous group. Hey, Student Minister Patrick, now be careful out there, man. You got a soldier. But seriously though, that's a wonderful video. I saw that one and I saw a Caucasian woman that's happened same thing.
Right.
So think about this, Sister Khalil. Let's say we do that border design, right? How about we say from first responder to first five with a question mark? Then we say from the front lines to the fire. It ain't just black people. ... Something like that. See, what happens is people say, "Oh, see, when we pose questions, see, that's the beauty of the supreme wisdom." When we went from the actual facts to student enrollment, right? Lesson number 1 started with what? Questions. So it's something about the science of just posing questions. So we don't have to always impose and say, this is our thinking. Because don't get me wrong now, we go hard in the paint 5 minutes.
Right.
And we sick of Satan.
Right.
So it's hard to temper us. You know, we just want to be right in their face. And your title is on point now. You're right. But now we say, wait a minute, America was applauding them, thanking them, delivering them lunch, sacrifices during the pandemic. We saw pictures of them sitting outside hospitals with their masks hanging over their face and they tied. We was applauding them, right? They done went from the front lines to the first five.
Go ahead,
Black
brother.
people can relate to that. And then you're like, wait a minute, what do y'all think about this? Just when, then you can put a title, just when you thought it was just happening to black people, ... See, those are the type of things you want to lure conversation, right?
Right.
It's kind of remind me, lastly, remember our brother Jabril, and our great brother Jabril, Farrakhan the Traveler article.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
In our study tips, and I'm pretty sure some of you all remember this, in the study tips that we had gotten in our ministry class here in Houston, I know y'all had them. One of the things that he said that we shouldn't do when we study books, and I'm still guilty of it at times, he said we shouldn't highlight books. He said because if somebody else read that book behind them, you're passing on your thinking rather than the thinking of the author.
Beautiful teaching, brother.
Beautiful teaching.
So
love that.
If you're posting a video to feed information to the people, we can't constantly try to give them what we think in the caption and in the title. Give them a chance to formulate their opinion, and that's what drives the virality or going viral, because we're giving them a chance to think about it and answer for themselves.
Beautiful.
All praises to Allah.
Man, y'all got to give it up on that, no, brother.
All praises to Allah.
Listen, you dropped the bomb. I always drop the bomb. So,
all praises due to Allah.
Brother Kiam, I have to say this, and then we're gonna wrap up, and we're gonna thank you and let you go, because we know it's getting late and we want to be respectful and family. We got a fast coming up this weekend, right? So,
right. National fast.
Hey, I eat every other day, so I'm always fasting.
Now, on that note, Sister Michelle, before you go any further, no, you threw that in there, and we've been concentrating on health. Brother, did you say you eat every other day, and for how long?
Yes, sir. Inspired again by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, of course, rooted in How to Eat to Live, that was revealed to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad from his teacher, Master Father Muhammad, How to Eat to Live. I've been experimenting with eating every other day now for over 3 years. 3 years by the grace of Allah. And I say for our guests, when you, not if, but when you go to store.finalcall.com and get your copies of How to Eat to Live, books 1 and 2, you will see that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad says a lot, that I'm a self-experimented man. I experimented with this. I experimented with this. So I use that language too, because I have nowhere near mastered it. But I'm striving and experimenting with every other day. And as I shared with you all quickly, it was inspired by the minister, because right before Savior's Day 2018, our beloved minister was calling me, brothers and sisters. Would you know the minister had got back in the gym and started lifting a certain amount of poundage?
What year was this?
This is Savior's Day 2018, right before.
Minister back.
He was calling me from Phoenix, said that he said, brother, he said this to me, Sister Michelle. He said, Assalamu alaikum. I said, well, alaikum salam, father. Y'all know my voice get real low, right?
Right.
He said, I'm sure you can hear the strength in my voice. I said, yes, sir. He said, that's because I just left the gym. I say, what? I need to get up and go hit some iron. My teacher lifting weights. And then he told me that he was going to get back to the 1 meal. And many of you all go listen to the criteria. The minister went into the condition, how the enemy has poisoned him, and the minister has been carrying things and has been dealing with so much internally that for him to start going back to eating 1 meal a day and stop taking his medication, it was serious. Then he said he would just eat bean soup, and he would have his cooks to blend his vegetables. So he would drink them as a smoothie. So all the way leading up to Savior's Day 2018, I'm being inspired by the minister. So I said, wait a minute. I've been a vegetarian since 97. Why haven't I went to 1 meal every other day yet? So the minister is the supreme excuse eliminator, like Brother Nuri say. So the minister inspired it, as well as my beloved wife. She's also been doing it. We started together. Wow. Well, wait a minute. Let me tell the truth. Because you know how y'all sisters always have to do one up on us. We had agreed that we was going to start on a particular month. So we had just got back from a little family weekend trip. We about to sit down for dinner, Sister Michelle. My wife serves us and sits to the side. We about to make prayer. And I said, why you not eating? She said, oh, I thought we was eating every other day. I said, sister, we just... So she's always 1 month ahead of me because the MPT always got to be the vanguard. Absolutely. So my wife has been doing experiment for 3 years and 3 months or 4 months, and I've been experimenting for 3 years and 3 months. So she's always 1 month ahead. Boy, nothing like the MGT.
Thank you for letting me get that in, Sister Michelle. Go right ahead, dear man. Bless you.
Thank you, Sister Michelle.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it like this. There was an article that I had posted on our Facebook page, and hopefully everyone noticed it, because in the news, you know how they like to spread fake news.
Right.
They were spreading around how COVID, the numbers are growing. But
right.
I just posted an article not too long ago on our Seventh Freedom Coalition page from the NPR.org. Basically says the ERs are now swamped with seriously ill patients, but many don't even have COVID. So you see how this is a clear example how they spread fake news in the media.
Technology.
And that's not even really the case. And so they got people, again, the fear tactics and how they're using the media and the words and the titles and even the types of things that they're running through social media. It's not correct. It's fake news.
Right.
It's not the truth. So I just wanted to bring that up before we went on, because I was like, now they put it out, but it was very quiet. It was very quiet. Yeah. But I caught it and I put
so
it
well fed.
Brother, to a line, and that's what makes. I was just gonna say, that's what makes people. That's what makes the final call so valuable.
That's right.
As you're saying, that's Michelle. This week's article by Sister Ava, she's talking about that and talking about the corruption of the swab testing that they've been doing.
Wow.
Claiming that they're testing you for COVID, but they giving us something else now.
That's right.
Right.
So that's why that section with the Nation of Islam research team, the executive council, and the staff of the final call, that's why, coupled with that, we got to keep reading our paper and spreading ours too, that bears witness to what you're saying, beloved. See, you're not going to get, all you listeners, if you're worried about fake news, go to finalcall.com. We got a 100% guarantee. Within all those 40 pages,
guaranteed,
you will find nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
That'll help us all, God.
It's gonna help us all out.
Can I say this about the final call? They triple fact check what they put out.
Oh yeah.
They triple.
Hey, that's the truth. I was a staff writer for 10 years. Trust and believe.
Beautiful, dear brother.
You as a writer don't get away with just submitting anything. Oh, it gets read, and the minister reads the paper.
That's right.
That's
reads the paper.
All
Wow.
praise due to Allah. Well, I have really
Wow.
enjoyed this time with you all.
Wow,
enjoyed
dear
you,
brother.
brother.
Wow.
Enjoyed
You
you
talk
too.
about informative, educational, instructive. Family, everybody now has a platform or blueprint on how to become a social media god.
Mm.
Mm.
Speaking of the platform on how to do it, brother, you have some publications that people need to know about before you leave, brother.
Watch out now. Come on now. See.
Come on.
Now you talking about that daily bread now. That's what you're talking about. Don't act like y'all wasn't in the church. Y'all remember the daily bread books?
That's
They
right.
had the little cartoon pictures, the scripture, and then the meaning behind it.
Yes.
Hey, and so
That
with
watchtower.
that, oh man. Thought that we would be with the watchman on the wall.
Come on.
Oh, man. All right, I ain't gonna get you
Come
fired
on.
up, brother Tony. I saw you shifting. All right, let's
Hey,
close.
I'm fired
I see
up
brother
too,
Tony
brother.
get fired up. Now look, brothers and sisters, since 2011, March 2011, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has answered over 5,000 of your social media questions from around the world. And he put in my mind, after the first year of answering questions, he called me and said, Sister Michelle, he said, brother, you got an encyclopedia on your hands. See, the minister, he has this beautiful way of giving you direct orders, but they're couched in gentle suggestions.
Right.
So well said.
Oh, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss the direct order, and he'll ask you about it later.
Lord,
So you have to listen. I said, so when he said encyclopedia, a cartoon, oh, he's talking about put this in book form. So we teaches 2.0, because 2.0 means modern technological tools that are used to spread messages, right, in a modern way. So this is the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad with 2.0 platforms. So we started this book series. We just now have volume 1 and 2, and Allah willing, volume 3 is in the hip, is in the pocket.
Come on.
Wow.
The minister recently reviewed it and read it again, and he said it was so inquisitive. He loved it. So Allah willing, soon and very soon. We don't know when, but volume 3 will be out. But until then, you can get volumes 1 and 2. This is daily bread, and the minister has sacrificed hours. And we have enough content, Brother Lau, that the minister's answered. We can do a minimum of 15 more minimum of his Q&As.
You know, I have a confession to make about the book, dear brother. I have a confession to make. You know, there's spiritual guidance that's timely, where I'll be honest, you know how we do with the Quran, family. When we're looking for guidance, we'll say a short prayer and we'll kiss one side and then kiss the other side and open it up. 100% of the time, it's exactly what I needed.
Oh, praise
100% of the time. There's divine guidance if you follow divine instruction, family. And brother, you created a valuable tool. And it's easy reading, family.
It's very easy reading.
Yeah. And Sister Kalila, we made it small because we wanted the minister's #1 market for this book has been the young people. So you all seen me as I've been true trafficking with my brothers. When we do get it in these hands of these young people, Sister Michelle, they put it right in their back pocket. They start reading it immediately at the bus stop, at the school, because they can keep it with them. And we didn't know in the protocol of the Zion of Israel, the Zion of Israel protocols.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
In their science, they said that they didn't want our people to ever print small books. And that's why it's more costly to print smaller books.
Right.
Wow.
So even the size of this is an act of war. So, and looking at that, when you study the hadiths of the prophet, peace be upon him,
yes, sir.
and we looked at the history, Brother Tony, Sister Michelle, of Bukhari, who collected the hadiths of the prophet, right?
Right.
They said that he collected over 600,000 sayings that were said to be the sayings of the prophet, peace be upon him. But out of those 600,000, Sister Michelle, he was only able to use 1.2% of them. And we thank Allah for that 1.2% because all of them could not be verified. But I'm happy to let you know by the grace of Allah
Come on.
that we have all of the audio recordings,
yes, sir.
all of the transcription, all of the PDFs of every response the minister gave. So this hadith cannot be questioned. It is authentic. So we want you all, praise to Allah. So this is what I want to do. I don't know. I'm gonna let you all decide. But I just got in a new shipment of cases from the final call, and I'm in the mood to give away 10 copies. I want to give away 5 of volume 1 and 5 of volume 2. And I'm gonna let you all decide who gets them. 5 of volume 1, 5 of volume 2, and we want to bless you all because this Truth Trafficking campaign has been supported by some wonderful believers around the nation, like Sister Tracy in Phoenix, Sister Betty in Houston, Brother Michael 6X. He usually in Cincinnati, but I don't know where he at right now. But they always donate. So, Brother Lyle, we've been blessed to give this away to young people around the country and even in the UK now for free for years because they're sponsored.
Praise
Brothers and sisters, we want to give this away to you as a gift to you tonight for allowing me to be the guest. So the team will let me know. Get your address and phone number to them.
That's
so
right.
Get a
Definitely will, brother.
That's right. Where they need to send it, Sister Kalila? Where they need to send
They
that
need
email?
to send it to the 7. Okay, so this is okay. So you know you got to work. Hold on.
Get Kalila. Wait one moment. I gotta get going.
That's right. You know how I do.
Okay.
I gotta get going. I'm gonna be on. I'm leaving to the other broadcast.
Shout out your broadcast, Brother Tony.
May Allah bless you all,
Brother Tony. Shout out your broadcast.
I'm gonna shout out everyone on here and the next broadcast.
No, you gotta tell us what it is, Brother Tony, so we can find you.
Nuestra NOI, or you could go to Closing the Gap. We're gonna
Closing
be on
the Gap.
Closing the Gap.
So after this,
after this ends,
Believers Club, we going to the other club.
Go to the other club.
Y'all never go to the club all the way to 5, 6 in the morning. Yeah, we're gonna club this truth though.
Right.
Come on now, that's right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and jump to that other club.
Okay. Get that party started, brother. Get that party started.
Assalamualaikum, Brother Tony. Thank you.
All right. So back to these books. All right. So this is the question. Why do you feel that you should have one of these books? Why do you feel that you should have one of these books? Look,
ain't no wrong answer to that, family.
Ain't no wrong answer. This is a very easy answer. And what I would like for you to do is
Wait a minute, Kalila. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Add in that the second question would be,
here we go.
What are you going to do with the information after you read it?
Okay. You trying to look, Sister Michelle, you trying to give him an essay? That's right.
She want to make sure the right ones get them books. She want to make sure the right ones get them books.
That's right.
Don't you pass on this information you get from us, family?
There you go. You will send your information to the 7th Region Coalition at gmail.com. I'm repeating, 7th Region Coalition at gmail.com. Is right
number
at
7. Number 7.
Number 7. There you go, right at the bottom. So you heard my question. You heard Sister Michelle's essay. So
you better hurry up and get them emails in. Oh, they're coming in right now, aren't they?
Right. Okay. And make sure you add your mailing address on where you would like for us to mail it to. Beautiful. All right. 5 people. The first 5. The first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Kenny Muhammad said, I feel like I should have one of those books so I could be a walking Farrakhan encyclopedia.
Come on.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
look at
I like that
Sister
one.
Sonia said, read it. She reads it with her son. Man,
yeah, read together. Yeah.
Listen. Okay, well, look. Hey, send your information, Brother Ken.
That's right.
7th Region Coalition at gmail.com. 7th Region Coalition at gmail.com.
That's right.
Come on.
All
right.
Listen, now we didn't stir up the audience, Brother Keon.
Yeah, we done stirred them up.
Listen, we thank you because we know it's getting late and we want to be respectful. So I really, honestly have to tell you, this was a bomb show. We are so honored that you came on, right? Dropping bombs. And so we just appreciate you. And I believe that the audience appreciates you as well. You came with knowledge. You gave us some wisdom. You came with some books. I mean, this is like I don't want to say Christmas.
Right.
Early Savior's Day.
Right. It's Savior's Day. We'll say that. It's Savior's Day. Right. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you how thankful we are. Now, family, as you've been fed, share. Wow. We got a lot of content, and this right here needs to be reshared and reshared because this is a gift. And we do this because one, we're trying to make sure you get the information. We're trying to debunk what's out there. We're trying to make sure you're getting the most up-to-date information on what you need to do and solutions that we are bringing out there. And I'll stop here because we're gonna let our brother go. And then
we want him to get some closing remarks, Sister Michelle.
Oh, yes, that's right. We'll give you some closing remarks and then we'll let you go because I'm just conscious of it's our fasting night. We want to be respectful. Okay? All right.
Yeah,
so
I understand.
So we'll let you go with that. And then after that, family, stick around because we got the tree of the week and then we're gonna close.
Tree of the week, tree of the week.
Brother Kiam,
yeah, I just want to say again, thank you all so much as a team for all that you're doing on behalf of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and our nation. May Allah continue to bless this show and this platform. And I pray that everybody who is tuning in will continue to like, share. And I'm so honored to have been a guest tonight. And of course, I have to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for allowing me the blessed opportunity to serve and to allow all of us to serve, to have the opportunity to work out our salvation. And I want to thank the First Lady, his best helper, his number one helper, Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, for her sacrifice and love. We thank you so much, Mother Khadijah, for you. And thank you to the entire Farrakhan family and the Muhammad family, two sacrificing families that laid the foundation that we standing on. May Allah continue to bless you all. Let's get on the offense and keep putting Satan to a perpetual flight. Assalamu alaikum.
Beautiful.
Woo! Wow.
Smoke,
this
fire,
was
everything.
On fire, y'all. I'm tingling right now.
I love it.
Let's get this tree of the weekend before we burn the whole house down.
Tree of the week, because we gotta go join the other part. Let me see if I can get it up.
There it is.
What's going on with the fingers today? There we go.
Tree of the week. Papaya leaves.
Papaya leaves. Not just the papaya, but the leaf.
The leaf.
Now, you know, Brother Lau, we have been talking about leaves a lot. We've been talking about papaya. We've been talking about papaya leaves right now, but we have been talking about mango leaves,
bay.
It's protein in the leaves. We remember we always throw the leaves away, right? There's no significance of the leaves, but the leaves are so vitally important. When you're dealing with the leaves, you're really dealing with the nutrients of the leaves. And I'm going to show you this information.
There it is, right there.
I'm sorry, I was trying to.
I was like, where are you at?
I don't know where I was at. Sorry.
So the papaya leaf benefits. First of all, we're dealing with healthy skin, and we're dealing with
anti-malaria. Wow,
anti-malaria, which is very good, right? So we're dealing with reducing the symptoms of DU. Am I pronouncing it?
DQ, maybe.
Send me to the library on that one. I'll be right back after this Google cast.
Right, please Google. And while he's Googling, it also fights against viral infections. What is viral right now? The COVID virus, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's very important about the actual leaf itself. Hair treatment. So if everyone wants to have their hair long and silky like Sister Michelle's, definitely get the papaya leaves. Okay, for all your diabetics, type 1, type 2, it lowers blood sugar levels. Very important.
That dang is a mosquito-borne illness and disease. So,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I guess that malaria and that dang, they affect a lot of people on the those continents like Africa and South America family. But look, papaya leaf.
Right. But okay, so it's kind of like a neem, right? A neem treatment. Okay. But moving on. It's a cleansing agent. It's an anti-aging because it goes into the healthy skin. It support digestive systems, right? Come on now. This is actually a very beautiful leaf. So when you begin your fast, you can actually have a tea with papaya leaf. So you can actually start a beautiful cleansing and fasting during our national fasts once a month. It also support anti-cancer properties.
Think about
that. That's very important because a lot of times when you are diagnosed with cancer, there are properties before the diagnosis.
Excellent.
So that's very good in regards to this particular leaf as well. It cures ulcers. So
now, all you folk out there now, we got some gastric ulcer situations.
Yes.
We got gut bubbly this and all of that family.
Absolutely. That greasy foods.
Very greasy foods, and as well as food on the go. We're not a nation that sits down at a table and eat. Everything we're doing now is on the go. We're eating fast because we are trying to get somewhere fast. So with this particular leaf, it helps with that. Okay. And exhibits with growth of bacteria. Inhibits the growth.
No bacteria grow here because papaya leaf is here. No bacteria can grow.
See, so these are just some of the benefits of the papaya leaf.
Wow.
Where you can get this leaf from, you can go to Amazon.com. You can get this actual, because what I got is I ordered it when our dear sister Izebe, she's the one that did the tree of the week. And every time we do a tree of the week, I always go to Amazon, or I tell my husband to go to Amazon and order because I don't want to give you something that I have not tried out, right?
That's love, family. That's love.
So I always go and do the research just to, so I want to have a shelf of all of this goodness. So when things do come down the line, or when I'm trying to avoid these things, I always want to have these things shelved on our on the shelf. So you can go to Amazon, you can go to your Whole Food, you can actually get them in capsules. Yeah, the papaya leaf come in a capsule form.
That's right.
Right.
And I think one of the audience was mentioning, yes, you can. I mean, I think there's certain things that you can use for compost.
Right.
So I'm not 100%. I've had, compost in my, I've made my own compost. I don't remember using papaya, but it could be. I think you just have to probably do the research on it. And you can grow papaya. I have a papaya tree in my backyard.
Right.
I mean, you can grow it. I mean, the leaves are, it's not a hard tree. In fact, the tree can literally, you can grow it anywhere. It's just once it bears its fruit, it waits a while and then it'll regrow the fruit either way. But it's a very, very, very good fruit. The leaf is the benefit, just like how you would take any other leaf, and the properties of it. If you crush it up, you get one of those little balls, those little tea balls that you can get from the store. You crush it, you put it in there, you make your own tea. It's just
Read a week.
And keep in mind, FYI, in regards to crushing as well. Make sure when you do crush your leaves, put it in the actual sun. Allow it to get the vitamin C, so it will actually go into like that, kind of like that. How would you describe it when it's like really hard and
like a dehydrated Like
right,
dry them out.
Right, dehydration. Right. So when it's a dehydration, you'll be able to crunch it in your bowl and make sure that you'll be able to do it, because that's the only thing that Amazon does. They just put it in that bowl and they just crunch it up and they sell it to you.
Somebody better get a papaya farm and put them out of business.
Right. You have a tree, dehydrated in the sun, get its vitamin C, and then you can actually do it yourself and make your tea.
There you go. I already told you about the magic bullet. No, the magic bullet.
Yeah, the magic bullet, right.
You take the leaves and extract it into the oil. So these are all benefits. So thank you, Sister Leila. And
you're welcome.
Wow. Who was a part of the Seven Breathing Coalition.
Yes.
And brother.
Maya has a question. Which one works fast? It really all depends on your body. It really does.
I'm gonna be biased. And this is me. Listen, I am not an expert or physician.
She's a tea girl. She's a tea girl.
Yes, take that leaf. That leaf is gonna hit your body, and you get all the properties because it's right there. It's fresh and it's not sitting anywhere. Just take that leaf, make it a tea. You don't even have to put it in. You don't have to crush it up. If you take the leaves and you boil it for 20 minutes and let it seep for another 10 minutes. You can drink it.
You heard it from Sister Michelle, and she got a papaya tree in her yard.
Yeah. There you go. That's
and Sister Michelle loves tea. She's a tea guru. Anything that knows when you want to know about teas, she's your sister. She's actually specialized in all types of teas. I listen. I was like, Sister Michelle, which tea would you like? You know, so she was like, well, let's mix this up and let's mix this up and let's mix this up. And it's always delicious. So you got your answer, Sister Maya. The tea definitely works faster. And that kind of makes sense because if you're dealing with a capsule, you have to allow it to absorb versus the tea is already pretty much dissolving inside of your body. So
beautiful.
There you go.
Full show. Got it all.
Right. So listen, let's close this party down. We want to thank again everybody for staying on with us. We know we try. We're trying with the time. Just bear with us. Stick with us. But remember, you know, like what I said, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to say, please, 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 please. Like and share. Make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel. We've got good information, great information. And remember, the Seven Coalition, this team right here, this is not it. This is just a small piece of the coalition. We're a small little piece of the team. Believe you me, we have many more things that are coming and want to prepare you so that you can help support us. But again, we want to thank you this evening. It has been my pleasure, Sister Michelle, your moderator. I have just literally, I can't even say it. This right here, I thoroughly enjoyed. And we'll rewatch. And if you miss a part of it, go back.
Go back.
Replay.
Okay? Hashtag replay.
Replay. So, and then remember, tag Seventh Freedom Coalition. Hashtag Seventh Freedom Coalition. And again, like Sister Kalila said, don't forget to send in your questions.
Yes.
Waiting for you. Those are some gems. That's a diamond. Okay. Don't lose out on the diamond. Remember the email address, 7th Region Coalition @gmail.com. So I will pass it along to Sister Kalila. She will let Brother Lau close us out. Then voila. We will give you back your evening.
Right. And while we're doing that, Sister Michelle, can you put our YouTube information in the chat?
I believe it is flowing.
I believe it's floating.
It's floating. I think yes, it's there. Yep, it's there.
Okay.
Yep, we got it floating in the screen below. Yep, wonderful. All right, Sister Kalila.
Yes. So I wanted to because this has been on my mind really heavy as it relates to us being not conscious of health. But I'm not talking about eating health. I'm talking about mental health. And we need to actually stop having unhealthy thoughts about ourselves.
Absolutely.
And I have learned that a lot of times when we are broken, people tend to have good, reason. Hey, my friend needs help, or my sister needs help, or my brother needs help. But if they are broken, the only person that can help them is God. We cannot waste a lot of energy on something that God has to fix. But we have to first stop having unhealthy thoughts about ourselves. If God created you, then you are the best of the best. Because guess what? God is the best of the best. So why would he create something that's less of? So I encourage you to have positive thoughts, positive energy.
Beautiful.
And when you have these within yourself, it will reciprocate to those that are around you. All right. So that's what I wanted to share.
Praise be to Allah.
So beautifully shared and so thoughtful. You know why it's so thoughtful? Because she loves you, family.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, that is straight pure love. And I guess I will say this in straight pure love, dear family. Don't let them vaccinate your children.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Or should I say, you should really do some research and think about what you are about to do. Because it's on. We're about to see over these next few weeks, they are coming full force. Today, they did all of their public relations pieces showing, little Black children being vaccinated and so forth. Inoculate your family with the information and inspiration that you've been receiving here, family.
Right.
We're building a coalition. And I'm going to close out by saying, particularly with our brother we had on tonight, Brother Abdul Qiyam, help spread this information. Use your creativity. Cut it up, chop it up, send it out. Just don't splice it and lie.
Right.
So with that being said, family, we love you. And for our dedicated brothers and sisters that come on, there's so much more that's going to be coming from the 7th Region Coalition as we continue to grow. But we do not take you for granted, and we thank you. And yes, we do love you. And as we always tell you, we're not a gang, we're not a clique, but we are a righteous crew known as the 7th Region Coalition.
Listen, love y'all. Thank you.